Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherman and we are in a different game than I normally play. I usually play like MMORPGs. Lately I've been doing a lot of like Steam budget games where I've been like reviewing them and checking them out and giving my thoughts on them. But I've been missing the MMO life. I really have. So I found a game that recently came into closed beta. I jumped in on the closed beta. I was in that for about a week before they went into open beta. And the game is called Palia. Now, before I get too far into this, you might have heard of this game a couple years back. There was a trailer. They showed like this girl going and buying a house and like cleaning up the property, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's that game. So, what is Palia? Well, Palia is as the devs call it, a cozy life sim MMO. Now, this game was created by Singularity 6 Studios. They are a group of developers from other studios that kind of got together to make their own game. And I have to say, they created a fantastic game. This game has had me hooked since the day I started playing it. Like, I cannot put this game down for some reason. So enough about that. What is Palia? Well, like I said, it's a cozy life sim MMO. So it's a massive multiplayer online game. You can play with other, your friends. You can play with other people in the world. And you can interact through emotes. You can chat, type chat. If you have Discord, you can communicate over Discord. But it's really, the way they did this game is, if you were to take Sims and World of Warcraft, but take all the combat out of World of Warcraft, every ounce of it, leave some animals that you can hunt, the zones kind of thing that World of Warcraft's famous for and all MMOs are famous for, and leave those, and put it into a mega server where it has like multiple instances of places. So like if you're in your housing area, which is where I'm at right now, that's an instance, and they're layered instances. So you have like 50 instances, stacked on top of each other. But there are 50 instances of 25. And that's why sometimes when you guys notice when you go into your home instance, sometimes you'll find your house layered with another person's property. That's because they're basically stacked on top of each other. And when you enter, it merges your two together. It's a common bug that can be remedied. It just takes some time. So... But yeah, it's a really cool system. Mega servers are great. I think they work awesome, especially with the way they did this game. So the instances in this game can hold up to 25 people, and you can have what's called a community. It's kind of like a guild, and that can also be 25 people. So you can kind of like build around like your guild, your community, and set up events, and that way you're all in one instance together kind of thing. I think it's a really cool system, personally. And I know a lot of people will say, well, it's not really an MMORPG, but it is, guys. I mean, regardless of what people say, you can argue semantics all you want. An MMORPG is a massive multiplayer online game. A massive multiplayer online game is a game with a lot of people playing together, and that's pretty much what this is. It's kind of like when people used to argue that Diablo wasn't an MMO back when Diablo first came out, because it was like chat rooms that you would join, and then you would go into the game and play together, and then when you came back out, you would still be in that, like, in this massive chat room with everybody else. And you could join people's games from there. It was still an MMO. It just wasn't an MMO where you played in the same space. Everyone was in the same space. In fact, there is not one MMO where everyone in the game plays on one server. That would be a true MMO, but they haven't created the technology for it yet. So, but yeah, really cool game. So this whole game is about, basically in MMOs, you have combat skills and you have life skills. If you took out the combat skills and just left the life skills, that's what this is. So what kind of life skills do you get in Palia? Well, you get fishing, cooking, gardening, which is kind of a new one to me, mining, hunting, which also kind of a new one, but something I'm used to in MMOs. Bug catching. If you've ever played, like, heard of Pokemon or played Pokemon, it's pretty much that. Foraging, which is collecting wood and plants. And then you have furniture crafting. So you take out armor crafting, weapon crafting, that kind of thing, and just replace it with furniture crafting. And that's the skills that you have in Palia. Now, your total level is an accumulation of all your skill levels combined. Sorry, my pupper is barking at probably my daughter. And it's combined into one total level. So I'm level 66. That's the combined level of all my skills. And the way you level skills is just by doing them. So you go out, you hunt, you kill a deer, or you kill a what they call a sernuk. It's a deer creature. Or you kill a chappa, which is like this weird gopher beaver thing. And you loot it, and you get XP as soon as you loot it. Then you gain XP in that skill. You fill up your bar. You go up a level in that skill. Typical MMO stuff. But here's where things get really interesting. This game doesn't have stamina. It doesn't have like mana or anything like that. Instead, you have what's called a focus bar. And a focus bar feeds your experience gain for your skills. I know it sounds weird. I was confused by it at first until I looked at it like this. It's a reverse XP bar. So you eat food. It fills your focus. You consume focus whenever you use a skill of any kind. And a chunk of your focus will go down, and that will feed into your experience gain for that skill. Completely crazy, right? So the way focus works is you can increase it, like the amount of focus you have, or the amount of bonus you have from it, by earning renown. And renown is a currency kind of in the game. You earn it from leveling, as it says, developing relationship with villagers, which we'll get into. Really cool system. Completing quests and completing accomplishments. That's it. That's how you get a majority of your renown. So you take that renown, you go to these two shrines, one of two shrines. A dragon shrine or a phoenix shrine. The dragon shrine will boost the total focus amount, while the phoenix shrine boosts your focus gain. I know it sounds weird, but it's like an experience booster. That's what it is. It's an in-game experience booster. And you don't have to buy it through the cash shop. You get it for free. So this is how it looks. So you can see here it says your focus bonus is 50%. This can be increased by spending renown at shrines. My total focus is 600. And it costs 100, I think, per thing to raise. And in the beginning, they raise by the focus bonus percentage increases by 5%, and the total focus increases by 50 points. Now, when you get to a certain point, it's 50% and 500 total focus. They start going up by 2.5 and 25. And then I'm guessing it'll probably diminish. You start getting diminished returns after that. And just the system itself is really cool. There's also another system which I don't think a lot of people know about. It's called the personality system. And in the beginning of the game, when you first create your character, you first appear in the world, you meet a character, and they give you 4 options in a chat when you talk with them in their chat dialogue that you get to choose from. These 4 options are air, earth, fire, and water related. And these set your personality type. I'm an air personality type in the game, which means I'm kind of like laid back, I'm chill, relaxed kind of guy. I try to be that in real life. I do have anger issues, not gonna lie, so it's kind of hard to keep that. But I like it that they incorporated this in here, because I didn't know how much it affected your gameplay until I started watching when I would talk to NPCs, because this game has this really crazy like relationship thing that you do, like where you can build friendships with the NPCs and then you can also date them. I know, really weird, especially in an MMO when you're used to killing dragons and slaying monsters and stuff. But it's like a romance relationship, and it's very similar to like Star Wars. If you ever played Star Wars: The Old Republic, you can romance some of the NPCs, your companions, And when you do, they like, I don't know, it's kind of weird in that one. But in this, you actually like date them. You go on dates and stuff, and it's pretty funny. So your personality actually plays into the way you react, the way people react to you on a normal conversation. But if you ever have one pop up as a dialogue, chat dialogue, if it pops up with that thing, it actually gives you more reputation with that person when you answer with that. And so I'm just telling you that now. I figured it out when I was playing. I kept watching the growth of the bar with my relationships. I kept watching it every time I would chat with them normally, and it would just go up a little bit. And I was like, wow. And then I started watching when I'd answer them with the dialogues that had the personalities. And then when I'd answer them with a normal personality, with my personality, air, or I'd answer with another one. And I noticed that there was just a little bit more being added when I would answer with my personality. So I don't know if that's something that people know or don't know, but it's there. You also get tools to complement your skills. And tools can be upgraded and stuff. And your skills also have trainers. Kind of like in every MMO. You know, you got your crafting trainer, you know, like the blacksmithing trainer, you got the the farming trainer, or not the farming, the one that, you know, like the apothecary trainer, the alchemy, you got the herbalist, you got those kind of things. It's kind of the same thing. So I'm going to show you this. So mining is a character named Hodori. And Hodori is the miner in the world, and he teaches you mining. Now, he teaches you the basics, but every time you level, he'll send you a piece of mail that says, hey, come see me. I got some more stuff I can teach you. And it's basically like you go back to see him, and he trains you up in the skill by giving you recipes that you can enhance your craft with. Sometimes it's like there's a thing called a forge that you can get to put on your house, at your house, that basically like thing that does ingots and bricks and stuff. He teaches you the recipe to craft that, and then he'll teach you to upgrade your pickaxe and stuff like that. So that's how the trainers work with all the different skills. They just, as you progress in level, they teach you different things. Now, once you reach level 10, you start getting what's called medals. These are basically like an alternate currency. We all know this if you played World of Warcraft or any MMO. Once you get to a certain point, you start getting different currencies for different things. Like they'll have dungeon currency, they'll have raid currency, they'll have, you know, whatever. And it just rewards you with new things. And that's pretty much what it is. So really cool system with the skill levels, the currency gain. And did I mention this game is free to play? Yeah, it blew my mind too. It does have a cash up, we'll get to that in a minute. So also you start with 2 basically bag slots, but they're toolbars. They've got a really weird system. So you can see, I can scroll through them with my mouse wheel. And it's supposed to be like a backpack. And you can't expand your backpack by going to what it says here, get a pack upgrade at Zeki's store to unlock. First one's like 500, then it's like 5,000, and I'm not going to tell you the last one. There's a reason why I don't have it yet. I'm going to have to take a loan out on my house to get it. You have these accessories, and accessories range from like a glider to a pet, and the pets are they have no benefit. They're just there to look cute. You have a glider you get in the game from doing a quest. You can get like fishing bobbers, and they don't really do anything. You do get a fishing attachment that you can put on there. It's like a fishing hook, and those give you a benefit to fishing. But most of your benefits for different things you do is just focus, and there is some foods that give you enhancements to fishing. That's it. There's also relationship pins, or romance pins as they call them. I have one from a character named Gina, because that's who I'm actually dating. Now I want to show you this. This is my housing plot. You get given this in the beginning of the game, and it starts out roughly about this size. Okay, it's pretty small. I've unlocked the whole thing, so it's actually quite big when you look at it. I mean, I don't know how to rotate the camera. Oh, Q&E. There we go. So you can see it's a quite the big space here. And I just don't have enough to fill it in. And I jumped ahead of myself on this. I'm not going to lie. Do I have 2 of these? Oh, I do have windmills. I didn't know that. I had a windmill. I'm going to set it... I'm going to put it like right here. And since I have... Oh, I got to build it. Hold on, guys. I didn't know this. So this is new to me. Upgrade. I don't have 100 wood, and I don't have... I might have the 35 bricks. Yes, I do. Contribute. Boom. And now I got to wait until I have enough wood to grow it. So, yeah, you get a housing plot. When you first start, you start with this gaudy-looking tent over here. I moved mine over here and kind of set it up as a fishing headquarters because it's right next to a fishing pond that you can fish at on your property. And the fishing in this game is amazing. I will be showing you guys this. I will be showing you all the life skills. So, you get a house. You get to build the house. Like, you have to supply the materials like I did with the windmill over there. And you have to build the house. Like, each section of the house. So, my house started off with just this one building. And then I added this so I could have a bigger kitchen. I added this so I could have a bedroom. And then I added a fireplace, a big fireplace on the inside, so I could do that. Now, all this furniture you see in here, it's a mix of furniture. Either I crafted it, or I found it, or I was given it as a gift, or it was rewarded to me for something, or it's like this fish in this fish tank. It's just a fish, but you get to make aquarium, like put them out in aquariums, and bugs too. So you can have bugs, you can have fish. I have a giant, what's called a honey lock catfish up there. That was one of the first. Every fish I've caught with bait or whatever, is like, this is my first, I think, rare or uncommon fish right here. It's a shimmerfin. Then I have a red-bellied piranha, and then I have the honey lock over there. Bug-wise, I have what's called a night moth. And if you don't get the reference, you're too young. But I'm old. According to my children, I'm really old. A night moth sounds really similar to Night Hob, which is from Neverending Story, which is a guy who rides a bat that Atreyu meets. Well, doesn't meet until later, but yeah, Night Hob, Night Moth, yeah, cool. Never mind, you guys don't get it. I've got a dragonfly, I think it's a bush-tailed dragonfly, and then I know I have another buggy in here. Do I not? Did I not put him in here? Oh, he's over here. My racing snail right there. One of these days, I'll be able to take him out and race him, maybe, if they ever had that. And then, of course, I got my fish. But yeah, all this stuff, like a lot of it is stuff I've crafted. The wallpaper I didn't craft. You actually have to buy wallpaper and stuff. I don't know what's going on here. That's freaking me out. Bugs. It's an open beta. So yeah, and then like you can get wallpaper, you can get flooring. This is wallpaper, and even the outside. Like you can decorate it on the outside. You can put up wallpaper. So I just love this housing system. If you've ever played like Elder Scrolls or EverQuest 2 or Vanguard, or I would say I won't say World of Warcraft because they don't have housing, or Lord of the Rings or any of those, this is a much more intricate housing system. This is what it looks like when you're placing items. You get like this grid that allows you to kind of place the items, but you can also change the grid by hitting Z or Z. And it turns it off, and then you can move the items more intricately than you can with the other things. So if you use the grid, it kind of locks it into the corner, like the squares. But if you don't use the grid, it just puts it wherever. Like you can put it wherever. A lot of this stuff I didn't I placed with the grid, and then I would adjust to my liking and everything. So. But yeah, I mean, really crazy housing system, and it's great. Now you do have to buy a lot of this stuff with the in-game gold currency, but none of it's cash shop. Not one bit of furniture is cash shop. You have to either craft it all, or there's a merchant in town that sells it, and there is a secret shop that sells some of it. Yeah, and we'll leave the secret shop for another day. So this is my kitchen, and in here you're going to notice I have like 2 stoves. I have like these 2 countertops that look the same. I have another place that looks the same, looks, you know, like something, and then an oven. That's all part of cooking. The cooking in this game is insane. I wish more MMOs did this. So this is how you cook something. You go up to like the stove or the prep station. I don't think the mixing station has any recipes yet. Or you can go here. I can make an apple pie. Like, I might actually try this because I haven't made this one. So I'll make it for you guys. So you just click on make. And you're going to see it says, you know, requires certain things. Oh, this is bugged. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm going to fail this because this is one of the bugged recipes. So just to let you know, there are 3 recipes now that I know of that are bugged. Sashimi, the apple pie, and another one. But basically what you do is you go to the different stations that you see things at, you make them, and then you put them in the, you know, you bring them to the oven when it's required, and it says you need dough and then those 2 objects. Well, you can see on the next table over, there's one where you like mince or mix up mint leaf or something, and then you make the apple filling. The other one, you make the dough, you cut up the apples, and you make the other ingredient that probably is a spice that you put in here. And then you put it all in here and it cooks. It will be done. You have 2 minutes to complete it. And it's a really cool system. I wish I knew apple pie was bugged. I just got apple pie, like the recipe last night, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to make this someday. Because I love the cooking in this game. Like, the hands down, best cooking system I've seen in a game. Now, the other cool thing is if you have friends and they're online, you can invite them to your house, and they can help you cook. So you can do things together. The game is really community-driven as well. Really? Everyone watching this video is going, dude, you didn't know this recipe was bugged and you're recording it? Like, why? Because there's bugs, guys. It's an open beta. You can't expect it to be perfect right out the door. No MMO has ever launched perfectly. People try to say there are, but no. Not even World of Warcraft. Alright, come on. Show my failure. Oh, at least it's a star product. And you see this right here, where it shows the star. Basically what this is there's common items, they have no star. And if they have a star, they're star, gold star quality. That means they're a better quality. Now, with like food, you can see these are gold stars. So this does like 412 focus. But I'll show you over here, if you look at it, the recipe for loaded potato soup, its base is 275. So when you make it gold star, it jumps up to that. And you can either craft it gold star, or you can use gold star quality ingredients to make it. The only thing that really works with the gold star is cooking. You can get gold star like stuff, but like your tools are not gold star ever. And that's to keep the game in balance, guys, okay? There's no furniture that's gold star. Just food and the items that you harvest can be gold star. And only a limited amount of them. Bugs, when they're gold star, you can place them in your house like this. Same with the fish. So if I pick up, like, my fish here, my shimmer fin, you'll notice in my inventory it just showed up as a gold star fish. So I go to place it, and that's what it looks like. Press the. Thank you. There we go. And let me turn that grid back on because I like to use the grid when I start. And that's pretty much it. That's cooking. That's that. You can garden. And when you garden, you get like these spaces you have to buy from the gardening trainer. These things, they come in 9x9. So, and yes, you have to weed your garden. I mean, this is the most intricate gardening system I've ever seen in a game. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm confused by a lot of this stuff. All right, I have more tomato seeds. Cool. I need those, actually, because I need to plant them. And I'll show you, like, this is what gardening is. Like, you just go up, you make sure you have it highlighted, and then press your mouse button, and it'll start to place it. And then you just do this. And that's it. And that's gardening. I know I'm doing it wrong. To all the garden fanatics out there, I know I was doing it wrong. I did it on purpose like this. Because I want to get a lot of produce, so I have stuff to cook with, because I'm running low on supplies. This is for making preserves like jellies and pickled stuff. You can also, this is like your first cooking thing you get. It's a grill, and you'll start off with like grilled fish, and I think grilled meat and grilled mushrooms. And then you unlock the oyster recipe and the fisherman's brew. And yeah, and that's pretty much how the game starts. You start with the tent. A lot of this furniture here is called makeshift, and you get this from doing an activity in the game. You don't make the makeshift stuff. You actually find it in the game by doing a certain activity. Then we have fishing, my all-time favorite thing to do in the game. Now, if you have bait, you can switch between your bait by hitting the right mouse button while you have your fishing pole in hand. You can see I can switch between no bait, glowworms, or worms. We're going to stick with no bait. And you can see, like, I get to choose where I cast to. I get to choose the distance. So we're going to just do a long cast out, and we're going to wait. Now, the way the fishing mechanic works is the bobber will bounce 3 times, and then the fish will catch. So it just bounced once. Here we go. We're going to catch a fish, guys. And then you start reeling in. Once it jumps like that, and then you play this, like, kind of like follow the bobber game. And you got to keep the bobber within the 2 brackets. The 2 parenthesis brackets. As you're moving it. Through. I think those are parentheses. No, those aren't parentheses. What are those called? Brackets. I'll just call them brackets. And if you thought that looked easy, yeah, wait until you get to the end, like what most people call in-game fishing, and that's where you're glowworm fishing. And you're doing this in a cave with 20 other people, and you're all fishing in a space probably no bigger than from here across and this way. And you're all fishing in that one space, 20 people, and everyone has the same bobber. So it's really hard to see the line. And you're sitting there watching, and you're listening. You'll only hear your bobber bounce. So it's like, okay, there it goes. There's one. And then you hear the splash, and you're like, okay, I'm reeling in. And the fish is fighting you. And it is like Jaws fighting... Or it's like trying to reel in Jaws sometimes. You know, it'd be like a pain in the butt. But really cool. This thing here is it's called a shipping bin. Sorry, shipping bin. And the shipping bin is where you sell items. You can see in here it says next shipment, 23 minutes. It's basically like an auction house with preset pricing. So if I go and put like that in there, you'll see I'll make 7 gold. I put this in there, I'm going to make 47. I put the fish in there, it goes up to 70. And you can fill this thing up twice a day. And it sells at what in game time is 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So this is 6 a.m., this is 6 p.m. And these day-night cycles are 1 hour of real time. So a day in this game takes 1 hour. And as you can see, they also have dusk and dawn. Or dusk and dawn. They also have a what's called the nighttime period. There are things that you can catch only in certain times of the day. This includes bugs, and with like catching bugs and with fishing. So hunting doesn't matter. I mean, there is only, I think, one creature. No, that creature comes out during the day too. I thought there was only one of them. This is the crafting stations that you get, and most of the crafting stations work towards either upgrading your tools or are needed to upgrade your tools, or for crafting furniture. That's it. Or crafting tool stuff. So like You can see here I can craft all this different furniture. And a lot of these recipes that you see, the way it works is there's the trainer, the furniture trainer, Tish. She will teach you usually like 4 of the recipes to a certain design. You go home and you say, well, I want to craft something. So let me grab, I do need to put some materials in here so I can craft some stuff. But let me do that. So I needed to process those because I've been doing a lot of a mix of like furniture crafting and fishing and cooking a lot. That's the things I've been focusing on a lot. But you wind up, because of the materials, you have to focus on other crafts as well. So it's really cool. So let me scroll down. There's a lot of furniture in this game. It's a ridiculous amount. So you can see here the Kilima teapot. It doesn't have a green check mark. If it has a green check mark, it means you already crafted it. So I'm going to craft this Kilima teapot, and you'll see when it finishes, it pops up with recipes. It usually has 3, but I'm getting near the end of being able to craft the whole Kilima set. And so I unlocked this new recipe. And it does this with, I forget how many different, we'll see that in a little bit too, how many different recipes or furniture sets there are. And they have varying sizes and amounts. So if you guys are wondering why I'm going around to different chests, so the game has a really interesting storage system too. When you put a chest down, you start with just one, and it has a blue bar under here. And this is how much that, like, this isn't one chest. This is all 6 chests that I have, like this, linked together. They link them all together. It's I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. And the reason I say I like it, but I don't like it, is it does give you the option to, like, look at specifics that you have and stuff, but it doesn't allow you to go through and say, I want to find this furniture item, which will go over to my furniture chest. It's in a different storage, and you can switch between your storage too. I didn't know that. I learned this. And so I can go to my furniture chest, and I can't look up specific furniture. This is all the furniture. Some of it most of it I've crafted, and some of it is of a set, the makeshift set, which can only be found in the world, doing one activity. You can get the wallpapers and the flooring. You can buy these, or you can be gifted them, and we'll get into that in a minute. But this whole crafting system is crazy. Like, the best crafting system I've ever seen in a game. In fact, I wish more games did this with the tools, where you would upgrade your tools instead of having to go buy them. Like Guild Wars 2, you'd go buy an exquisite axe, so you can cut down better trees. Like let me upgrade it. And that's what this is. It's completely, you just upgrade your axes through the tiers. And that's with every tool. You'll do that, including your bug catching thing. So yeah, it's a really cool system. Now let's talk a little bit about the other stuff, because I've shown you fishing, I've shown you the cooking. I didn't get to show you the cooking in its full, whatever. I showed you the furniture crafting stations. You can see, and each of these crafting stations start at a base, and then they can be upgraded. And the only 2 that can be upgraded is the plank one and the forge. So, but everything in the game, none of it is cash out besides clothing, and we'll get to that too. So everything in the game you have to either purchase with in-game you have to purchase with an in-game currency, the gold. So that's that. Now we're going to go take a look at the other skills. So there is of course you're mining, swing a peck when you're near a rock. You chop down trees when you have a tree that you can chop down. I don't have any trees in my area. I chopped them all down. And when you chop down trees in your housing plot, they're gone for good. The only way you can put them back is if you plant them with a seed. So you can plant trees, but they're small. They're not huge. And yeah, really simple. That with the bug catching. Oh, with the gardening. So like when you get the garden, and you get the square, like you can see this square here. This is actually one of these squares, but it comes 9 by 9. And the way it works is you use the hoe to uncover these plots, these little squares, and then you use the watering bucket to fill it with water, to give them a drink, and then they'll start to grow. And usually it takes like a couple days to get some of this stuff to grow. The tomatoes will stay around the tree for the apple tree. I don't know how long this lasts, but most of them eventually you can pick like a certain amount of them. I think the tomatoes is like a total of 3 times. And I think the blueberries is a total of 3 times. But everything else you just pick once. And you get a certain amount of return. The gardening system is really cool. It's very, like I said, everything in this game is relaxing or cozy, as they call it. Yeah, and then of course you have your emotes, which is the T key. You can like do different emotes. And then you have your bow for hunting. The way the bow works is you can switch ammo just like the bait. You press the right mouse button, it pulls up your different ammos. To shoot, you press the left mouse button, you hold it, and you can look down the thing, and as soon as you let go, you'll shoot an arrow. And no, arrows don't replenish, you have to craft them. So you can't go up to an animal and pick them up either. Then for bug catching, you get these smoke bags, and this is where I say it's like catching Pokemon. You basically wander the world and you'll see a bug and you'll go into like this sneaky mode, and then you throw the bag and you got to hit them with it. They did expand the range of the smoke bombs, so it has a greater area of effect, and it's great. But that's pretty much the skills. Now I'm going to take you out into the world and show you the world a little bit. So the first area of the game that you enter is a place called Kilima Village map. And it's a pretty big area. It's not as big as the other map that you can go to. And there is no map for the housing. There's just that 3-dimensional thing I showed you, where you can look around the property. So this is the Kilima Village area. Kilima Village is a pretty big place with, kind of a lot to do. There's a lot of places for fishing, a lot of places to hunt animals, a lot of places to gather stone and copper, a lot of places to catch bugs, and then you see all these NPCs. There's 32 NPCs in the game, in total. And you get to interact with all of them. And we'll get to that whole thing in a second. But the game, the village itself does have shops. I'm going to show you some of the shops. I'm not going to go through all of them. But you have, like, the library here, and I'll tell you to search the library, okay? Search it your first time playing the game. You'll find something cool. Something that'll help you out later. You have the furniture shop. This is Tish's shop. And you can buy furniture, or you can craft it. It's really up to you. And that's another thing I like about the game. And then if you're looking for wallpaper and flooring, Tish sells a lot of different wallpaper and flooring. And the secret shop sells some extra ones. And then you can also get wallpaper from your trainer. Tish also sells bigger sized chests. So if you want huge chests, there's this. And remember what I said about pricing? Yeah, some of these people are a little greedy. I don't know why, but they are. One in particular, and we'll get to that. So yeah, lots of things that you can do. And then this is Zeki's shop. Zeki's kind of a cool character. You'll learn a little bit about him in a minute. And his shop is like a general store. He's the only store in town that will buy from you. So if I click on an item, I can sell it here. But otherwise, he's the only one that does that. The other ones, like your guild trainers, what they call your guild trainers, they're the ones who train you in the different skills. They do buy the materials that go with that trade. So like, Tish will buy furniture from you. The Hidori, the miner, will buy ores and things like that from you. But why use that when you have the bin? This is a lucky box. Now, you get a coin. It's called a lucky coin. You can get one of these a day. Every 24 real hours, you can get one of these. So all you do is you come into here, and you buy an item out of the register, and it'll give you it. I bought mine late last night. The server's set up on East Coast time. I live on the West Coast, so when the server resets at midnight, it's like 10 o'clock for me. So I just come here at 10 o'clock and buy something. But here's what it looks like. You buy it, you get it in an item in your inventory. Now, they did add some recipes, I hear, to this, but usually you just get items that he sells in his register, and you can get a couple other items that he doesn't sell. So we're going to hit 3. We're going to open it up by hitting the right mouse button. I got some fireworks, and the way fireworks work is with your bow. You can see now I have a firework, and I can fire it up into the sky. I love that. That is so cool. That's the second firework I've had in the game. Over here is the clothing store. The owner of the store is Gel. I don't think he's in right now. Now, you can either interact with the premium store here, the cash shop here, or you can do it from here. Okay, and we'll get to that in a minute. But he has a wardrobe here that you can change at. You can also have a wardrobe at your house, so if you ever want to change clothes, like if you feel like a change of clothes would be good for you, you can do that. I'm constantly changing my outfit every 24 hours, so I haven't done it today, so I probably should. I probably get a shower, get cleaned up, stuff. These are this is one of the NPCs. This is the innkeeper. He's going to be the guy that tells you about your housing plot and how to get it. He's a Shura. Now, you're going to notice he doesn't look quite human. He is what is called a Majiri. In fact, most of the people you meet in the game, the NPCs, are going to be Majiri. And they are the primary race that's in this world because humans went extinct, or at least that's what a lot of people thought, when an asteroid hit the planet 10,000 years ago. And that's kind of what the story of the game is about, is you trying to figure out what happened to the human civilization, why they disappeared, and why they're returning. And we appear out of nothing, by the way. You're fully grown adult. This is the City Hall. In here is where you buy all your housing stuff. And this is the one that increases the size of your plot. This increases the amount of crafting stations you can have. And these are the different room additions. Then you have your fireplace, you have windmills. You have a big, the actual house you have that you're given for free is 15,000 gold, by the way. So you get this for free. So you can buy another one. You can have multiple houses on your property as long as you have this. So you can have multiple entrances to your house if you want, or you can have multiple houses. I'm actually going to have 2 on my property. I'm going to have my main house, and then I'm going to have a crafting building. So just for crafting. And yeah, that's pretty much the game. I mean, I did say there was a secret store, and it pertains to a certain NPC. You'll find out about it when you're playing the game. Yeah, but that's it. And then, when you're out in the world, you will never be attacked. You'll never be ganked. You might have a few people steal resources that you're going after. And I say steal, it's not really stealing. It's just they got there first. So you kind of miss out on stuff. But, when it comes to resources, it's really easy. You walk up to, a tree, and you just chop it down. You press and hold the left mouse button while you're doing it. Now, there are things to animation cancel. I don't like doing it because I'm like, why? This game's so chill. Why am I rushing? Mining again, just like that. And again, you don't get the experience for something until you hit F and loot, unless you're fishing. Oh, look I got 1,000 notes. I got some renown. Was that 100 renown? No. But, that's how you earn renown, is by doing stuff in the game. And then you can use that renown to expand your property, or you can use that renown to upgrade your skills and stuff. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the NPCs of the game. Not that's the friends list. Oh, friends stuff. This is really cool. So, if you have friends or a community, you'll see if they're online here. And then you can invite them to play with you. Add them as a friend. You can, invite them to your community or invite them to your party. There is another option when they're your friend on your friends list that allows them to join the server you're on or the instance you're in. You can also request items. So requesting items is if there's something you need and you need it right away, or you just don't have the time to go get it. You can request it, and you can do it, of course, looking at the individual things. You have to have own the item or have the access to that item in some way in order to get it. So if there's a certain fish you need, you need to have caught it at least once in order to get it. So like the striped sturgeon, let's say I needed one of those. I'd click on it, I'd request it, and then it would show up in the request list. Now you can also fulfill people's requests like this, and you have to have it in your inventory, and you just gift it to them. It's like this whole game is about community. It's really great. So that's going on about that. I have a community. It is called the New Age of Palia. Anyone who knows me knows that I use New Age as like my kind of like the start of every guild or thing I create, and it's basically like a guild. And you can see a welcoming community that is kind and helpful to all its members. If you need help, just ask. And our motto is be kind, be welcoming, be helpful. That's also kind of the model of the game. So, like when you first log into the game, it literally tells you this is a neighborhood-based game, like community-based game. It's about working together, yada yada yada. Really cool. So there's that. But then we're going to take a look at the relationship system. Now this is kind of like if you ever played in any other MMO, they have like faction building where you got to build faction reputation. It's kind of like that. But in this, you build friendship reputation with each NPC. So as you can see here with Ashura, I'm at rank 3 with him. I've completed the 2 quests that he's given me. He does offer you other quests. At times, they'll offer you other quests when you give them their weekly want. Now, it's not all the time. It's at times. They will give you like extra quests and stuff. And they're really random quests. It's like, go collect some bugs for me, or can you go get me some wheat, or can you do this? But like these quests actually help you to understand the NPC more. So you gain like a personal relationship with the friendship. Weekly wants is like items that you can gift them on a weekly basis, but you can only give them 1 a day. So like you can only get, like right now I can only give them 1 silver salmon. I can only give him 1 stickleback. I can only give him 1 fish stew for the entire week. So if you try to give him another silver salmon, he'll be like, no, I don't want it. And when that happens, you have to find something else to gift him. Now, gifting an item to them just basically makes their friendship with you grow and stuff like that. Now, you're going to notice I have a couple that say Max. Shane is one of them. There's a quest that you have to do. It's called Finding a Shep. And it's basically like finding a family that will adopt you in to where you're just part of the family. It's not like, well, at least I didn't think it was like you were going to be husband and wife or anything like that. But apparently it can be that way. So I was hoping that Shane would be my Shep because Shane's like the spiritual leader of the town. And I'm like in real life, I do spiritualism, kind of, what I guess you could say. I do Taoism, which is kind of spirituality. I do that. I don't follow Christianity or any of that. I do that. I used to be a Baptist. I used to be a Christian. I was a Catholic. I've been baptized as everything, guys. It's crazy. But yeah, so I like this character. I reflect with him, so I wanted to kind of do that. And you can see I've given him 3 items. I can't give him these items again. The next item I can give him is a green pearl, and then I can't give him any more for the week. But even though I maxed out, I still talk to these NPCs on a daily basis because their conversations change daily, and even when you max it out, they will surprise you with some of their conversations. Pay attention. These guys tell you a lot. And in fact, most of the story or quests that you get in the game come from them. There is a main story, and I already explained it. You know, humanity got wiped out. They came back. They're trying to figure out why. Yeah, so you get to know all these different NPCs, and you're going to start to see one that's different here. This is Enar. Enar is what's called a Goldar. They are mechanical beings, golems, that were made by mankind to serve mankind. Now, they are taught to do one thing. So, they haven't been without humanity. So, they call this one thing the oneness. It's like their faith. But I will say, Edar has a unique oneness. There's also Hekla. She's another Goldar you meet. But let's talk about the third race in the game, the Grimulkin. Now, I know that sounds like a weird name because it is a weird race. Guys, I'd like to introduce you to Zeki. Zeki is a space cat. He has 4 ears, and he's from outer space. He is not from this planet. He is from outer space, and he literally tells you that. He explains how their culture and society works. And the best way to explain him, if you're a fan of Star Trek, think Ferengi and Orion. Okay? Like, he's a Ferengi Orion. If you want me to explain it in other terms, let's just say he's on the criminal side of things. But he is a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a cool character. I love this character. He always puts a smile on my face whenever I talk to him. And that's kind of like what you do in the game, is you get to know these people on a personal level. And yes, you can romance them. I've only romanced 1 character so far. Apparently, from what I'm to understand, from what I've heard from other people, is you can have 2 romance pins equipped, but you can romance all the characters that are romanceable. I myself, personally, don't think I would want to romance more than maybe 1 person. Maybe 2. And this is Enar. The game does have voice chat, but not in the dialogue sense. They will talk to you when you interact with them.
Today is a good day for engaging in the oneness.
And then when you quit talking to them, then as you can see, he mentions the oneness. He's your fishing trainer, by the way. And this is how you build reputation with them. You chat with them, and they'll give you some dialogue. And as you notice, he didn't give me any dialogue with anything else. They will tell you what they want for the week, or they'll tell you what somebody else wants. It's a really interesting system. You can gift them an item, and if they're a merchant or a guild trainer, it's like this. And this is what the guild trainer system looks like. Like I said, they don't train you. They give you the ability to buy things to help you improve your skill. I haven't bought this yet. I had a couple, and I used them, and I didn't know they were 1 use only. I thought they were like the bobbers. So fishing bobbers are permanent, by the way. Like, when you have one, you don't need like 5 or 6 of these. They don't diminish or disappear with use, like the fishing hooks. So, yeah, but a really cool system that they have in this game. A lot of the systems in this game are really cool, and I wish more MMOs would incorporate them. And then, like I said, like, you'll never get attacked in this game, so don't worry. Oh, butterfly. And bug catching, that's a bug you can catch. I will show you hunting, just so you can see. I mean, it's pretty simple. I have the best bow in the game that you can get, but it's still not that strong. There are things that still take me multiple arrows to drop. Like that was the baseline Chappa, the squirrel beaver thing. There is a higher grade one that's got a little bit darker fur on it, and the same thing with the Cernek, which are the deer. I should see some coming up over here. Yeah, there's one up there. And all the creatures will get startled if you get too close, like the animals. Bugs, some bugs will let you hang out, but others will run away. So, yeah. But this game's the aesthetics of this game, or the art of this game, is wow. That's all I can say. There's times where I will just stop to take in the scenery, especially at sunset, sunrise, sometimes at night when you're looking out over Bahari Bay, which is where we're going. This is the other map, by the way. And I'm sorry this video seems so long, but honestly, there is no way I could do this video without making it this long. Trust me, I've tried. I've tried to get it down to 15, 20 minutes. It's impossible, because this game just has so much to do. And when it does come to quests, if you don't think this game has a lot of quests, these are just some of the quests I've completed. And it's not something that I did in one day. That's over a week and 3 days, because that's how long I've been playing the game. I've been playing the game since August 4th on a Friday. I started that evening, and I've been playing pretty much. I have over 100 hours in the game, so. But yeah, this is Bahari Bay. This is the other zone, and like I said, there's times where you just stop and you're like, wow, that is so cool. And there's times that you'll be sitting here and it'll, like, the sun will be setting, the sky colors changing, and you're like, this is so cool. Like, this game is so beautiful. The soundtrack is fully orchestrated. The only thing in this game that I think is probably synthesized is some of the sounds are definitely synthesized and electronic, but the whole entire soundtrack is orchestrated. In fact, I wish they sold the soundtrack, or there was a place to get the soundtrack, because it's something that I could just go to sleep to. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, this is what Palia is. And now let me show you this map. Now this is what they call an adventure zone. And the reason that was flashing is because I have a quest that I can't complete because it's bugged, kind of like that recipe. But this is what they call an adventure zone. And in this adventure zone, it's pretty much made for the harvesting, the foraging, the mining, and stuff like that. But this is like the higher tier stuff, the higher quality stuff. Is a lot more of that is here than the lower tier stuff. There are the lower tiered animals, like the normal Chappa, and then there's the rare Chappa, and then there's the mythic Chappa. I say mythic because the thing has magic. But it's super cool. You can see the plants you can forage because they glow. And when you see a bug that glows, oh look, there's a Chappa. Hi Chappa! I want to pick them up, and there's a thing. Oh, I used to have a thing for it. But it was an old Bugs Bunny thing. It would be like, I want to hug him and squeeze him and love him forever. And it was like this guy holding Bugs Bunny and like petting his ears back, and it looked like his eyes were going to come out. And there was a t-shirt like that I really wanted the other day. Because I was thinking of the Chappa just now. But yeah, I mean, this game is so chill and relaxed. Like, I've never played a game like this. And I don't know why I'm so addicted to it. Now, I'm not going to say everybody's going to enjoy this game. I mean, at first I was kind of like leery about it, but I had played my time at Porsche, and I was like, well, maybe it'll be pretty good. I'm going to give it a go. But I'm also a big fan of MMO games. I love community-based games. And like I mentioned, I think I mentioned in this video, if I didn't, I'll mention it now. I love to role-play in games. And this is a great game, I think. If they implement the right tools, I think if they implemented some proximity voice chat, I think if they implemented some, like, you know, interacting with furniture, which you can't interact with, which is stupid, I know. A game that's based on furniture crafting and you can't sit in the chairs? What? I hope they add that. But more of that stuff. I also hope that they add more things that allow for more roleplay to happen in that sense. Because I think this game would be great for it. I mean, it's a survival. It's not even a survival game. It's just a like life sim game. So it would really work with this. I mean, if you play Sims, you're role playing in that game. Where you have a house, you got to get a job, you got to like raise a family and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's cool, but like I want more. And that's what this game does. Is it gives you that more. When you build a relationship with somebody, you can't, like, and you date them, you just date them. You don't, like, marry them and they don't move into your house kind of thing. Which I know some people are going to be upset by, but I understand why. It would be kind of weird, like you have 5 friends and all of you are married to the same character. Would be kind of creepy. Like, where do they find the time? Sorry to say, but where do they find the time? And that would be some really, out in left field stuff. But yeah, really, honestly, this is a really cool game. Now, I know I haven't mentioned the one thing everybody's wondering about, the cash shop. We'll go ahead and talk about that now. This is the premium store. The premium store is actually pretty cool how they have it set up. So you can purchase Palia coins with real cash. I'm going to show you the pricing. And you'll notice here it says purchase bonus. This is something they just added. So if you buy any of these, you get this. You'll get one cat. You get the sandy pale cat. If you buy 3,000 coins in total, you get the 3 other cats, and they're permanent. You get them forever, and they're just cosmetic, like I said. And then you can see over here, these are the different clothing styles they have. Now, they come in 3 different flavors. So we'll take a look at this one. This is one of the new sets they added. This is the builder set. Now, in here, I like this one. Like, I like this color. I like this outfit. I don't care for this one because I'm not really big into plaid. This is more my counterparts, like, preferred colors. And I say counterpart, like my real life wife. And then they have this one, which is kind of cute. I mean, I'm sorry. I love this. This is so cute. I'd wear this. The flowers and stuff. It is just, it's too cute. But honestly, I'd wear this one because it fits more of my, thing. But, I mean, I would wear this. I totally would. This is so cute. I know a lot of people are going to say, but it's kind of girly. Who cares? I mean, it's cute. Now you're going to see a side of me you've never seen before, okay? Next up, the chap jammas. I mean, who would not run around in this in your house? Like, can you imagine the role play you could have with this, where you can invite a bunch of friends over, have a sleepover in your tent outside by the lake, and you're just sitting around the fire pit telling ghost stories in proximity chat? That would be so awesome. Like, see, there is tools there, but we just don't have the rest of them we need. And then, there are a lot of different things. Now, you're going to notice, like, when I click on these, you're going to see this big paragraph thing down here. Basically, what this says is, if you buy an outfit at the base price, the other one's reduced to match the bundle. So either you can buy the bundle at this price of 3,400 coins, or you can buy an outfit, a singular outfit, which, by the way, who doesn't find that sexy? But you buy a single outfit, and then the other one's reduced to match the bundle price. And then once you own the whole set, you don't have to buy them again. Permanent. And each outfit has different styles to it, different color schemes, and they have different, like, patterns on them. I actually like this one the most because it has, like, the stars on it. And then if you look at the belt, it has, like, little constellations on it, like the Big Dipper and stuff. And then it's got this color scheme, which is right up my alley. And yeah, so really cool outfits and stuff that you can buy, all cosmetic. And again, like I said, I love some of these very much. This is one of my favorites. I love the emblem on it. I do like the bull emblem, and I like this one, but this one, I don't know, there's just something that speaks to me here. I think it's just the fact that it's like, it makes me feel like I want to go out and harvest plants. I know it sounds weird. And then there's another one, the Fiberpunk, kind of weird, but I mean, I could groove with this, honestly, with this one. I like that. And then there is another one, I want to say this is it. This is a cool looking one too. It's kind of like a magey type outfit. I like it. I don't like the pattern though. That's the thing. It's got too much of like that 80s poofy jacket vibe. I don't know. You would have to have lived the 80s to know what I'm talking about. But I do like this one. You guys start catching on now? I like this one here. It's really cute. I like it. There is another one. I think it's this one. I think it's I don't like that. Yeah, it's that one. I really like this one because I like how it kind of, like, the colors pop on it more with the bottles, and then on the back here, the flowers and everything. And I just love it. I love the whole, like, look of it. This one's not bad. Like, I think it's this one. Yeah, this one's not bad either. I love the design on the back, the leaf and stuff, with the thick leather over the lighter leather. Oh man, like, it's like thick leather over suede. It looks so nice. And then the pants look, I mean, yeah, I mean, look at that butt. But yeah, and that's the cash shop. I mean, this is Palia. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, this is what Palia is about. It's about getting to know NPCs. It's about interacting with the community. And like I said, if you do have a community in the game, you know, you get put. You're more likely to be put in servers with those people. People with that are on your friends list. You're more likely to be put into the instances with them. This is one of the characters. This is Hodori. This is the mining guy. And like I said, you can tell, like, they're not human. They're like elves. They're more like dark elves. Let's give you a little chat up. You've been making a name for yourself lately. Every time I go into town, someone's singing your praises. Hey, I can't help it. Oh, you got any spare stone bricks? Dude, if I had any spare stone bricks, trust me, they'd be going towards housing stuff. I mean, I would share with you, of course, but... And I do that. When I'm playing this game, like, you don't understand. I don't do this in games. Where I'm playing, and then all of a sudden I just start talking to the NPCs like I'm really talking to them. He has a daughter, and this is a character that, like, I fell in love with. Because she's like a tinker. She kind of reminds me of, oh, I can't think of the character's name, but there was a character in a show my kids watched, and she reminds me of it. Is she in her room? Where's Nucha? Oh no, she's on the other side of the lake. But she reminds me of a character, and I don't remember from where, but it was a cartoon me and my kids watched together for a little while. And I was just like, yeah, no, that's cool. The other thing I love is this game's super about inclusivity, by the way. They don't care. So, but I do love that they represent everything in this game. So, this is Najuma. Sorry it's so hot. See, isn't she super cute? I mean, the only thing that a lot of people don't notice is she does have a prosthetic leg. So.
I wouldn't blame you if you don't come by later.
See? She's got like kind of a robot leg going on. And you learn a little bit about that when you play through and get to know her and her father. So. It's one of the reasons why he doesn't like her down in the mines. No, you can't interact with barrels. In fact, you can't interact with anything unless it's a bug or hunting or foraging or something like that. Unless there's like a quest. And they added a whole bunch of quests too, apparently. I don't know how many, but I've found 2 so far. Found 2 of the new quests. And I was super excited about it, so. But yeah, that's the game. And also you get a glider. Who doesn't love to fly? Or glide with elegance? I just wish that when you landed, you would do like a little tumble roll to your feet. That would be really cool. Kind of like when you drop from a really high place in the game. And yes, you can fall from any distance. Doesn't matter. Oh, I didn't know I could climb this. Oh, there's a chest. I found one of the treasure chests. What is it? What kind? Ancient? Oh, it's a green ancient. Okay. Yeah, I got some heartwood. I think I got something else. I don't remember. I think some gold. But yeah, and you find these throughout the game world. There are a certain number amount, and once you complete that, you get some things. There are achievements in the game, and that's one of the things I want to talk about too, is that. So there are achievements, or accomplishments as I call them, and here you get like rewarded with more renown when you complete stuff. And then on top of that, you also get little items that you can have in your house, like the Kilima Fisher's mounted fish. For bug catching, there's some stuff for housing, or what is this? Oh, I did all the foraging there. Awesome. I need to do the other one. But then there's like the makeshift furniture. You can't craft this. You can only get this from one activity. So, or you're gifted the items. And then the only way they'll show up in here is if you get them through the one activity. Crafting furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 different sets of furniture in the game. And there's actually a new one, as far as I know, that they just added. I just don't see it here. I wonder if it's like way on the bottom. Master Soul Chef, huh? Social Chef. So if I cook with friends, I get... Sorry. I need to stop. But yeah, there was supposed to be a new crafting recipe, I think. It was either a new crafting recipe or it was just new furniture that was added to the game that you can get through Zeki's Lucky Coins. So, like, I don't have all the recipes done yet either, because, like, I can't make the sashimi. I can't make, it says I did the apple pie, but there's, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 other recipes I haven't made in the game yet. And when it comes to Gold Star, I have to Gold Star all of them too. So, to get those accomplishments. But yeah, I mean that's the game, and they're adding events to the game too pretty soon. And from what I hear, they're also working on something with communities. It says right here, our team is working on something special. I hope it's like a daily quest system for the community. I do, because that would be really cool. It would make more. The more you make players play together, the better. That's my opinion. If you're playing an MMO, the more you make players play together, the better. The one thing I hate about playing like games like Elder Scrolls or World of Warcraft or a lot of these games nowadays is 90% of the game is single player, and the only things that are multiplayer is the dungeons and the raids. Everything else is single player. And it's like, wow. Like, why do I waste my time? So, that's why I like this game so much, too. One of the reasons why I do like this game so much is it is a very community-driven game. It's about playing with others. It's about working together. All that. And in today's day and age, no offense to anyone out there, but I think in today's day and age, this is a much-needed thing in the gaming community. Is more games that not force you to play together, but want you to play together. You know, I'm a big proponent for cooperative games. I think there needs to be more of them. Just like I think there needs to be more MMOs. And I'm not saying that they don't need to make single-player games, but make single-player games with the ability to co-op. Or the ability to play with a couple other friends. That would be great. Like, there's a game I play called Gadonia that I really enjoy. It's single-player, but I would love it if I could play it with other people. You know, just like Elder Scrolls, like there's the new Elder Scrolls 6 they're working on. Like, when that comes out, I want to be able to play with other people. I don't want a single player. It's just like Starfield coming out. Like, I want to play Starfield, but I know I'm going to be playing by myself. And a lot of the times, I'm going to be bored. So, like, I'm going to be bored with having to play by myself. But I'll still play the game. And I'll still probably praise it because it's going to be an amazing game. We all know it. But I just like this game. Right now, this is the game I'm enjoying the most. And that's why I decided to make a video on it. And I meant to make the video on it last week, but things came up. And like I said, I was trying to, but it was just like, holy cow, there's so much info. I mean, this video is already over an hour long. So... But that's, again, that's pretty much it. Now, do remember that this game is in open beta right now, and if you check the link in the description, I put a link to the game there. I also put a refer a friend code there, so if you want to check the game out and you accept or use my refer friend, it does, I believe, and I'm not sure, but from what I hear, that is when you do that and you click on that refer a friend link, it adds them to your friends list. I'm not 100% sure, but it also rewards me with a few things. You can also will get your own refer friends list, and you can share it with your friends and stuff. Try to get them to play. But again, like I said, not everyone's going to enjoy this game. But if you do, give it a shot. I mean, it is free. You can always try it out and see if you like it. If you don't, you can always just be like, not my style of game. But that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. And as always, you guys know what's coming next. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos by me, you can subscribe. If you do subscribe, I do suggest you click that notification bell to be notified when I post new videos. Just helps us both out, and you know, you find out the new stuff I post. I do plan on doing more videos on Palia, but until then, I want to thank you guys for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and this guy might see you in game. Actually, for real this time.